If you're anything like I was, you're probably in a constant battle against imposter syndrome. It's this giant enemy in your life that you can't get to go away. And I want to let you in on a little secret today. It's not going anywhere. Even me sitting right here recording these 18, 19 seconds, I feel like a fraud. I feel like, why would anyone listen to what I'm saying? Why would anyone watch this? How many people have already clicked off of this? Is this channel ever going to be the community that I want it to be? And those are very real thoughts. But guess what? I'm still showing up. So from the outside looking in, I'm a YouTuber. Whether I have 400 subscribers or 400 million subscribers, it doesn't matter. Me showing up and being who I want to be is the truth. There's always going to be that little voice in your head begging you to quit. I call it the enemy. It's imposter syndrome, it's doubts, it's fears, it's insecurities, all of those things. But with imposter syndrome specifically, it normally comes in when you're in a situation that you've dreamt of being in. Imposter syndrome is the one thing that ruins so many people's dreams. Not before they get to them, but while they're in them. I dreamed of being able to be consistent making YouTube videos. And now I've shown up for almost 3 months posting a video just like this one every single day. But still, when I sit down to record the video, that voice pops up. Oh, are you sure that this is even a good idea? Are you sure that anyone wants to watch this? Are you sure that this video isn't going to get you canceled? Why would it get me canceled? What am I saying? What am I saying that's so dangerous? Nothing. But my mind is still going to go there. And I've talked about this book a lot, but it's just a great book, and I'm going to keep talking about it. And who knows? Maybe the author, Mel Robbins, is even watching this video. You never know. Read this book to my brother and my girlfriend today because it just stuck with me, and it inspired me in a way that I hope to inspire other people. So here we go. She was talking about in the book, The High Five Habit, she was saying her first book launch, 2017, it's not that long ago. She was already a world-renowned motivational speaker, all these different things, and she decided to write a book. And her goal was to become a New York Times bestseller, which is a big goal, but she's a household name at this point, and it's kind of not far off. And she, kind of like I've done with my books, decided to go the self-publishing route. She goes that route, she launches her first book, and she starts getting emails pretty quickly saying that on Amazon the book is out of stock. Great sign, right? On the way to being a bestseller. Then more emails come in, more emails come in. She's like, oh, wow, okay, well, there's no way, because I don't even know if we had this many books based on the emails. So she checks, and there's a glitch in Amazon's code. Basically, it got flagged as if it was spam, as if bots were going to buy the book. So she goes in a whole negative spiral. Now, this is Mel Robbins. I don't know if you know who Mel Robbins is, but it's a Google search away. One of the most dynamic motivational speakers, just life coaches, figures in the self-help space of the last probably 10 to 15 years. I grew up watching videos of hers and took a long break. Didn't even realize that she was bringing out books and publishing books, and picked one of them up. And yeah, I'm a fan now. So in this, me reading this, I'm like, man, okay, Mel Robbins is in a place definitely where I would like to be at some point, in terms of her impact, in terms of her reach, in terms of just what she has set up business wise. And she still is going through such a negative spiral where she's like, why does she even quoted in her book, she said, why does nothing ever work out for me? Which is crazy to think about, because she's Mel Robbins. She's about to go on Impact Theory, which is one of the most well-known podcasts in the mindset space as well. She's about to go onto this podcast and she's thinking, why does nothing work out for me? I would trade places with her immediately. But in her current mental space, with the stuff going on in her life, she feels that way. Just like the past version of me would definitely trade places with me now because I'm sitting here recording yet another YouTube video. I'm doing it daily. It doesn't matter what the subscribers are. I have more subscribers than I did back then. So, looking at it from that perspective, it's easy. But when you're in it, when the emotions are in it, when the voice in your head, when that imposter, that enemy is strong, there's almost no getting out of it. And the one way to not get out of it is try to fight it. Trying to fight it only makes that voice stronger. So, what's the solution? What's the secret to getting rid of this? The secret is not trying to get rid of it. The secret is understanding that it is going to pop up. It's understanding that you're human. So, all kinds of thoughts are going to pop into your head. That doesn't mean you have to identify with them. It doesn't mean that you have to say, oh, this thought, it's mine, and I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to keep thinking it. Catch the thought early. In this video, when I started the video, I caught the thought early, and I brought it into the video. I said, hey, boom, I'm thinking this right now. And now it's gone. Now I'm focused on making the video. Acknowledge it. Understand that it's there. You can't fight it. You can't control every single thought. How many thoughts do you have a day? But guess what? You can't remember every single thought. You can't take every thought and say, hey, I'm going to save that. Otherwise, we would all make A pluses all throughout school because all the stuff that's on the test you heard somehow, and everything you hear becomes a thought. So, where's the disconnect, right? Our brains are picking up so much stuff throughout the day that they can't possibly save everything. It's your choice what you want to focus on. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the world that you have no idea about, positive and negative. You're in your own lane. You're already letting go of so much information. This is just one more thing. That imposter is one more thing that you just need to drop. And the best way to drop it is to focus on whatever is important to you. So in Mel Robbins' case, she decided to count herself down. She said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She went onto the podcast and she was herself. And this podcast goes viral. And through the podcast going viral, her audiobook sales skyrocketed. And she didn't even realize that her audiobook was still up. The physical hard copy book was sold out on Amazon, but the audiobook had been up the entire time. So the podcast goes viral. The audiobook becomes the number one best-selling audiobook on Audible. She ends up partnering with Audible. And on top of that, once the thing with Amazon gets figured out, that book becomes, I think, the number 7 most sold book on Amazon. It's her first ever book. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I've published 2 books and it's a fraction of that, if that. So for me sitting there, I'm a thinker. That's why I created this page, for me to share my thoughts, but also to help you to overcome overthinking, overcome stuff like this, imposter syndrome, the enemy. Because people like us, we end up going down these thought spirals. And seeing that Mel Robbins, one of the most inspirational, like just do it type of people, also struggled and still struggles with these kinds of thoughts. It was encouraging. It opened my eyes because it let me know imposter syndrome doesn't have to go anywhere for you to go somewhere. That's the thing. Doubts don't have to go anywhere for you to go somewhere. Doubts might feel like they're standing in your way, but they don't have to. You can doubt and still succeed beyond that doubt. You can let it go and keep going. You don't have to say, oh, a lot of us, we fear our fears. We fear having fear. And that only makes our fears stronger. We fear having doubts, and that only makes them stronger. We fear not feeling like we're supposed to be. We don't feel like we're so, if we don't feel like if we don't feel like we are where we're supposed to be. That doesn't say anything. You could be the president of a country. No matter how you feel, you're still going to be the president. You're still going to have the responsibility. What you think is going to influence how good of a job you do, but you are who you are. I'm a YouTuber because I'm sitting here on YouTube creating a video. You're who you are. Your actions are going to determine how good of whatever thing you're going to be. So if it's me, if it's Mel Robbins, if it's Michael Jordan, name it, name the person. These people all have had to look themselves in the mirror and say, hey, whether I feel like I belong or not, I know the best chance I have at being who I want to be is going to be letting those thoughts go and just being myself. And in Mel Robbins' case, she's openly admitting that she feels subpar. She feels unworthy. And that only makes her more inspirational. Her audiobook was not edited at all. She sat down and did it in one take. You can hear her drinking, you can hear her flipping pages, you can hear her mess up and stumble over her words. That's what makes her videos, that's what makes her audiobooks so raw and just personable. Something that someone can relate to. And that's what I aim to do with these videos as well. My videos are unedited. I stumble over my words. I lose my train of thought. Sometimes I ramble, but I share my true, authentic thoughts with you every single day. And it helps me, and I hope it helps you. If it is helping you, make sure you let me know. Let's have a conversation in the comments. Let's just keep doing life together because I'm going to show up every day and I want you to do the same. So, the one thing I want you to do as you continue to show up every single day is remember why you're showing up. And that reason is that the best is yet to come. Your best is ahead of you. Always remember that. And I'll make sure to see you tomorrow. Or I'll see you on the next video, which you can find right here. And the option to keep doing this thing together.